What's up? What's up? What's up? It's your girl Cindy Infinity, and I am coming live here, and I just want to talk to you guys for a minute. So I'm gonna give it a couple minutes. Let me know if you guys are here. Let me know if you can hear me okay. Please and thank you. I just want to I just wanted to come on for a couple minutes and I wanted to talk about something. So I'm just going to give it a minute to see who comes in. Let me know if you guys can hear me okay. Please. I'm so glad that I have a bunch of people coming in. Can you guys hear me? I hope you guys can hear me. Oh, good. Thank you. Okay. Okay, you can hear me okay? Good. All right. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, honey. Thank you. I just wanted to make sure somebody could hear me. Okay, good. Um, okay. So, um, you guys know that I have been speaking out about something that happened, and it was about an attack against a mother and a child, right? No, yes. Thank you. Yes, I know, honey. Yes, I know who you are. So, um, I was simply speaking about the fact that what this person did against another human being was incredibly wrong, was incredibly cruel, was incredibly bullying, and very horrible. That's all I was speaking about. Okay. And I think anybody that comes to my channel or anybody that's new here understands that that is exactly what I was doing. Right. So the way that this narrative of what I did for the fact that I am not looking for any recognition other than the fact that I'm a mom myself. I've been through medical stuff myself. And I am sticking up for a mother who is going through something incredibly grueling and difficult with her own daughter. It's a life and death situation. And the way that this woman and her daughter were attacked by somebody else, I was absolutely sickened by that. I was sickened by it. And the reason I went live to talk about it had nothing to do with me, had nothing to do with my platform. I don't care if you are a subscriber or you are a listener. The only reason I say hit like is the fact that I want this to get out there. If you hit like tonight, if you hit like then, if you go back through the videos and you hit like, it gets out in the algorithm. It gets the story out there. It's not about me. It's about the story. It's about the person. It's about what's going on and what's being done to these people. Okay? I hope I am making myself very clear. I was sticking up for something that I heard that was entirely wrong. And what this person decided to do, not the person I was sticking up for, the person I was speaking about. What this person decided to do was then go against me, and then all of a sudden she decided to listen to what I had to say and goes on her page and calls me a liar. I am full of lies. You are a liar. You are a liar. I am not a liar. SG. I am not a liar. I am not a liar. I was simply speaking about something you said at the end of a live stream that was incredibly hateful. And the only reason I said it was because it was wrong. It was incredibly wrong. She's got another person commenting on that. This Lisa G. Lisa G, you have been to my live streams. I never did anything to you. Talking about me saying I'm an instigator. I stir up trouble. I don't do any of that. I speak my mind. I'm not bullying anybody that is a cancer patient, in cancer remission, in any kind of medical diagnosis problems. I'm not doing any of that. I am simply speaking my mind about the fact that somebody's getting bullied. More so over the fact that this person is going through something with their child that is incredibly life-threatening. But I'm lying. I'm not talking about, and like this person wants to sit there and say, well, what did you do about this? What did you do when this person said this? What did you do when this person said this? I was not speaking about that. I was speaking about what you said about that person. About what you were going to do. You threatened to call the authorities if this person did not produce sufficient evidence that the daughter was going through what she was going through. Or else you threatened to call the authorities because you said point blank, that girl could maybe be better off without you. That's not okay. I don't care if I ever had any dealings with you or not. As a parent and as somebody who's gone through medical stuff in my own life, that's just not okay. If I was a bystander and I didn't know you from a hole in the wall, I would be saying the same things. The exact same thing. So I don't need to know you. I just needed to know that what you were saying was horrifically awful and threatening and not your business to be saying. Yeah, I know. She threatened to call the cops on Polo. I know. She is like saying, if you don't get out of there, that, you know what? And you know, I listened to a channel today that I had never listened to before, you guys. And I'm going to try to link it into the description here after I get off. I'm only going to stand for a couple minutes tonight. This channel was incredible. And what I mean by that is, you know, you have a lot of channels that are a lot of people that want to preach about, you know, getting in the right mindset when it comes to business or your own life. And, you know, so many of us want to take ownership of our own lives and we want to do what we got to do. And I listened to this live today and I'm like, this is so telling and so true, but it rung differently with me. Like, it has nothing to do with anybody here. What I'm saying is this: we are all in control of our own destiny. Okay? We all have things in place and in front of us and behind us. And we are only in control of what we can do in our own autonomy, within our own body, within our own selves. No, she didn't do research. She just made an empty threat. Oh, sorry. I'm going backwards here for a second, guys. Forgive me. No, she threatened Bama, and she didn't call because she's not gonna call. But someone that's in a predicament where they're vulnerable and they're reaching out for help and they are looking for support in any direction that they can get it. And if Bama is getting that from our group of people, then so be it. Hey, honey, how are you? I'm so glad you're here. Thank you so much for coming in. Bama, I was just talking about the fact that I was getting called out on SG's channel saying that I'm a liar, I'm a liar, I'm a liar. And the only thing that I have done is call out her bullshit on trying to call the authorities or threatening to call the authorities on you. And I'm sorry if I'm talking about this too much. I don't want this rhetoric to continuously go on and hurt you. I'm trying to do everything in my power to just mitigate it and put it at bay. And it's just daunting that somebody can continue to just go on and on and on about it. And I'm called a liar and a liar, and then I'm called a instigator. What am I instigating? I was just simply responding to something that she said. So sorry you're getting called on your bullshit, SG. I'm sorry. I don't need to be your friend. I don't need to be anybody that ever even spoke to you. I just was calling the bullshit out. And so just stop it. Just don't do it to somebody. You don't want it done to you. Don't do it to somebody else. That's the bottom line. I don't care if they talked about a toboggan or some other bullshit. You know what? Let it go because you don't get to keep going at somebody. I know, Bama. I know it doesn't bother you. And you know what? It's just a matter of she wants to continue the narrative. And I wasn't even going to go on about this, but I looked at the community on her channel and it was like, oh my God. And I'm looking at this. I am a, I am a feeble-minded person. Well, if I'm feeble-minded, you are the most uneducated motherfucker that I've ever met. SG. I mean, you want to go tit for tat with me? We'll go tit for tat. You know, you're I'm gonna say this: somebody that is projecting that kind of negativity isn't exactly right in their own mind. Oh, she's denying that she ever said it? Oh, she's denying that she ever said that about you? Yeah. Well, here's the thing. We're keeping this all here, like in our group, because she's just her own demise and an incredibly ill person. Really. She's denying that she ever said that and threatened Bama. She's denying that she said that. Seriously. Tell me that this is true. I'm here. Can you guys? I'm sorry. Well, this is live commentary as a shock value right here. She really is denying that she ever said anything about right? Well, we know what the truth is, guys, right? I mean, we do. We know what we heard. You guys know what I spoke out about, correct? Right? Hmm. Hmm. I have so many things to say. I really do. I'm going to say this, okay? I'm going to start. No, Bama, it never has anything to do with her having cancer. I mean, the bottom line is that I called her out on something that she said that was negative towards you and your daughter, and it was not cancer bullying her. Whether she had ever had cancer or not, what she did was morally and ethically incredibly wrong, and she also threatened you. And so, as a mother and as a proponent of support to people who are subjected to bullying and also being a domestic violence survivor, I jumped on and just said, I need to speak my mind. Didn't know you from a hole in the wall. Still don't really know you from a hole in the wall. No part of your story. You and I have never spoke, and that is that. And I don't need to. I mean, I would love to, but what I'm saying is, I spoke about what I saw and heard, and that is not me cancer bullying somebody. That is me speaking about something that somebody put out on a public platform, the World Wide Web, whether they choose to hide behind a paywall now or, you know, suppress the video or the narrative or the audio, whatever you want to call it. We all heard it because I spoke about it weeks ago. And all I said was, this is wrong. It wasn't against the person, it was about what the person said. It was not attacking the person because they are going through something, because God only knows what that person is going through, because we don't know. And that's not our business, whether they choose to tell us or not. And even if they tell us that, we don't really know if that's really the God's honest truth. Yeah, Bama, she's sick. She definitely is sick. Gearhead, hi. Thank you so much for coming in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, and I'm a mother and I spoke about how I felt. And Bama, I said that from the get-go. I don't really know you and Gracie, but I know your story. And what I heard was incredibly horrific and awful. That's all I said. That's all I said. Was I bullying somebody? Was I going against them? No, I said after the fact that this person had attacked me medically, going against what I said I had gone through medically, but that's it. I never questioned that person's legitimacy of what they were going through. So, yeah, I'm not cancer bullying, and I'm not on a campaign to smear that person, and nor am I allowing people to wish her any other things in my chat. I am simply speaking my mind. So here's the thing. I don't hide behind a paywall. I don't take my videos and my live streams down. But SG, you do. I don't hide behind a bunch of stock accounts that are speaking in my chat. Everybody that's speaking here tonight, I have spoken to. I know who they are on the YouTube world. And so that's great. You've got sock after sock after sock of people that are going to attack other people and this, that, the third. You go against some of the most religiously supportive person. I don't mean religious in the sense of religion. I mean, they have supported you in time and time again. And then all of a sudden, you're going to go against them. You attack people. You attack people so terribly. And you know what? That is not what I do here. What I am doing here is being a support person to somebody and their daughter and to everybody else who is going through something or is going through something. That's it. I'm not going back in the past. I am simply speaking about what you did. What you did. Oh my God. Hello, baby. How are you? This is my old head. I was speaking about, yeah, no, I mean, listen, her chat's been pretty thin. You know what? That's okay. You could say the same about me. I don't really know. All I've spoken about is that what was said in that moment, in that time, in that live stream was threatening and was wrong. And I don't care who I was, but I had enough gumption to say, I'm going to go live and talk about it and make sure you all know that shit's wrong. And anybody that wants to say and sit behind a fucking, screen and a keyboard and say, "Oh, you're such a shit stirrer." Well, you know what? If I stirred the shit by speaking my mind and saying what you did is wrong and unlawful, then so be it. I don't give a shit. Do I look like I care? Do I look like I'm sitting here in fear of somebody that's never gone live in their life, Lisa G? And you want to sit there and say, "Oh, Cindy is such a shit stirrer." Yeah, well, you know what? Maybe shit needs to be stirred. Maybe shit needs to be talked about. I'm just saying, in my opinion. Oh, Garrett, I'm not saying you said what was wrong. Listen, it's fine. She wants to go up and say how I'm feeble. Feeble? I'm a liar, I'm a liar, I'm a liar. I spoke about what you said against a woman and her daughter that are going through similarly medically what you went through. And you have the nerve to threaten this poor mother that you're going to call the authorities on her. Thank you. Go ahead. I know you know I'm solid, girl. Listen, you know I'm solid. Thank you. I appreciate that. No, I mean you and I are day ones from each other's channels. You know that. This is a good friend of mine, you guys. Listen, she. Oh no, the thing is that she has incredible self awareness, and she knows exactly what she's doing. That's the scariest part about it. But that's okay, because we're not going to give it much mind and much thought. Because Bama, you're okay. You have not had anything call on you, correct? I just want to make sure. Um, okay, good. Okay, okay, okay. I just, from my own experiences and peace of mind, I just wanted to make sure. Okay. I, Again, it's a false. Okay. Bama, I'm really sorry that if you have taken this platform to just vent about what's going on in your own life, because I hope you do realize that you do have good friends here and good support here. You know, um, it is really hard when you're going through such muddy waters and trying to navigate and trying to know where you're going to go, the next step of your way. And when you have somebody that is going through their own stuff and they're not right, you know, that person is not mentally right. And I'm just going to say that it's really hard to cast stones on other people when you can't even look in the mirror and say that you've done everything right by your own self. It's really hard to cast stones. So, people need to fulfill their own obligations in terms of their own health. And they need to fulfill those obligations to the fullest. And they need to make sure they seek treatment physically, psychologically, emotionally, every which way. And even then, I think the only thing that people should do, if they're not a medical professional, is just to be able to be there to support people through what they're going through, to help them walk through the muddy waters. But it is never to aggravate, insult, throw jabs at, or completely threaten them with legal ramifications. It is never that. You guys get what I'm saying here? Well, it's not about taking YouTube so damn seriously. I mean, we can all be friends here. People just don't need to get crazy. You know what I mean? I don't know. You know what, guys? Here's the other thing. So here's the thing. How many of you guys understand the phases of the moon? Like, does anybody understand or agree with the fact that the moon affects people dramatically, either for good or for bad? Anybody? Okay. So the moon, it might be a gravity thing. I don't know. Okay, so here is what I'm going to tell you. Um, that happens. Ready? The moon, the changing of the seasons, Mercury being in retrograde, it affects us tremendously. Now, here's the thing that happens: the full moon. Prudent, yeah, I love you. Prue, I'm just talking about the moon. It affects us. It can be like a life changing thing in terms of how people act. I'll tell you what happens. My kids, all four of them, all boys, teen and pre-teenage, act fugazied crazy. My dogs get out of sorts. My man is out of sorts. And me, I'm like fucking normal. I'm like, yeah. Mm-hmm. One of my dogs have been howling at the moon for 3 nights now. For no reason. 3 nights. Mm. Yes, we did. We did. So, Bama, my mom, who was a school teacher her whole life, elementary school, second, third, fourth grade. She doesn't believe in as much of this as I do, in terms of the earth and the moon and this and that. But she would say to me when it was a full moon, her kids at school, they'd be acting freaking just crazy. Just crazy. You guys are saying hi to Mr. Tim. Is Mr. Tim here? I'm sorry. I is Mr. Tim blocked? Because I can't see him. Mr. Tim, if you're here, I can't see you. I'm so sorry. Um, why can't I see Mr. Tim? All right. Um, check my chat filter. Huh. Bama, I have a question. How old is Gracie now? She's 13, 14. Okay, she just turned 15. Okay. Yeah, I can't see Mr. Tim. I'm gonna try to figure this out, but Mr. Tim, I'm glad you're here. I just can't see you, and I'm apologizing if I didn't say hello. Um, I'm so glad you guys are all here. I really am. And I'm so glad you guys are here because I was so pissed that I was called out that I was a liar to talk about what was going on with Gracie and Bama. Uh, It just, Bama, I'd really like to have a talk with you offline, not about the drama, about this, about her health. Oh, yes, prudently. Don't forget I'm feeble. Don't forget it. I'm so fucking feeble. Bama, absolutely. Listen, I don't want to put you out there, and I'm not trying to put you out there. I'm just, I'm really, it's not me starting shit. It hurts my heart when people do shit like this. It hurts my heart. And so people need to go take their care of their own issues. And I mean that. I am not being feeble minded or pretentious or narcissistic or projectionary in any which way. If somebody has something to say, they need to go take care of their own stuff. And I suggest that they do. This person asked in a community post for positive prayers. I mean, what other prayers would you have? You wouldn't have negative prayers. Of course, people would have positive prayers. So let's all have positive prayers. Let's all do what we got to do to get past. Mr. Tim, I still can't see you, but you like my avatar? That's what me and my kids years ago. I appreciate that. Thank you. Um, yeah, Bama, did I can't see Mr. Tim. I love Prudently. She's like facilitating comments here. Yes, Mr. Tim, it's me. Prudently knows that. Bama, um, did you get my phone number? Or does somebody have your phone number that can give it to me so you and I can talk offline? If not, that's okay. Oh, Prue has it. Okay. With your permission, Prue can give it to me or she can give mine to you or whatever. Okay? You got what I'm saying. Okay, great. Fantastic. I like that. Oh, I hate the fact that this stuff comes down to this sometimes. You guys know what I'm saying? Like, I hate the fact that there is an onus being put upon somebody. And Jesus God. You know what? I just I just have a real problem with it. And now you guys are telling me that she's taking it back and she never said it. You know what? Of course that should be expected. Of course that should be expected. But you know what? We all know what was said, right? We all know what was said. I mean, my God. Jesus. You know, in my day, before I was a mom, even after I became a mom, there was a part of my life that was so incredibly abusive. And I'll share this with you guys because this is the God's honest truth. My kid's father was an incredibly narcissistic, physically, emotionally abusive person. And so there was a point in my life that I came to where I had to do what I had to do to get out from under it, to get myself and my children away from it. But it wasn't just a matter of leaving. It was a matter of dealing with legal stuff, you know, with the courts. Because, you know, I had never called the cops on him. I always had dealt with it with him in my own home. And so much of what I do is volunteer humanitarian work because I don't want to see people go through the rigmarole that I went through, the court systems, the back and forth. I never wanted to take my kids away from their biological father. Never. I wanted him to get help because he wasn't right. You know, he was suffering in his own demise. He was suffering in his own quicksand. And I saw him sinking, and I just wanted him to just get help. And so when I see somebody going through something that is already organically incredibly grueling just from the nature of what it is that no one is putting upon them, it's just what is the card deck that has been dealt to them. I don't want to see anybody else stomp on that and even make it harder for them because what they're going through already is so traumatic and so difficult in and of itself. And if that makes any sense to anybody, I appreciate that. And if it doesn't, then you know what? I can't tell you anymore as to otherwise why I stick behind people who are going through things. Yeah. And that's the hardest part. The hardest part is that element of it. Like, you want to just have everybody supporting you. And if they're not going to, just get the fuck out of the way. Just go away. Just go away. You don't need to support me. You just need to stop any of that rhetoric. Correct? Everybody needs to go through what they're going through. Everybody needs to just do their regimen. And this is what I talked about the other night, guys. Having some kind of another platform that we can all have as a support group to talk about things that we're going through. Not to be judgy. Not that we're judgy here. We're not judgy here. We're not judgy. You know? Emma, I'm really sorry. And I'm so sorry for what you've been through. And I have to tell you that I can completely relate. Again, and it doesn't make anything right, you know? It doesn't. Oh. And I'm also glad that you are comfortable enough to speak about it, you know, on a platform. Because you know that you can trust me and you can trust the people that are here. You know, guys, we've got, 20 people in the chat are listening. I've got a couple people chatting. Guys, if you're listening, that's great. I appreciate it. I just want everybody to hit a thumbs up. This makes the algorithm stronger and everybody can hear about what we're talking about. Okay? Yeah, Bama, I understand that. And you know what? Here's the thing. I am tired of people saying, God's only going to give you more than you can handle in a day. And you know what? That is very true because I'm a very spiritual, religious person. Always grew up with going to church. But you know what? Sometimes you get tired of it. You get tired of the shit in the deck that was dealt to you. Right? But I don't think that makes me a liar and a feeble minded person, to say that kind of stuff. But I know what the triggers were. I knew what triggered you, and you know, I am stupid, feeble, Cindy Infinity. You stupid, feeble woman. I am going to tell you again that if you think for one moment you're going to act like my live stream was so offensive, while your dirty hooker ass friend has been harassing my family. Listen, the bottom line is I said what I said because what she said was threatening and it was wrong. Don't turn it around, SG. Don't turn it around on me. Don't turn it around on my hooker friends. I don't have hooker friends, but you know what I'm saying. I'm gonna play a video of you months ago. I don't give a fuck about that. Bitch, I said what I said if you can hear me clearly. Okay? You fucking threatened somebody. You did it before and you did it again. And no one is wishing you dead in my live streams. Okay? Thank you very much. Nobody else is wishing you dead. Okay? People have just called you out on your bullshit. So stop spinning the narrative. And if you want to hire a lawyer and you want to ensue a lawsuit on somebody, then go ahead. No, she's not talking about you. No, she's just talking in general. I'm talking about her threatening Bama. No, prudently. Apparently, I have hooker friends, and that's okay. You know what? I'm tired of it. I can be a lawyer. No, she's not live right now. Not that I know of. No, no, no. I'm just saying she is threatening things against me, and all because I stuck up for Bama. Nothing else. I just said what you said was wrong. I said what you said is wrong. It's just broke. All right, guys, I'm going to say goodnight. I love you guys very much. Thank you all for coming in. Please hit the like, subscribe, share. And I really appreciate all you guys very much. And I'm not going to cower down to this bullshit. I'm not. And you know what? I don't hide behind a paywall. And I keep my shit up. Enough said. I love you all a long time. Have a wonderful night. I'll talk to y'all soon.